Hi guys, this is Asal. I'm studying for the bar and I wanted to review my notes with you. So tonight I'm studying civil procedure and I'm studying collateral estoppel. Whew. Oh my gosh, when I pulled up my notes, when I saw that word, it freaked me out. I'm like, what was that? Like, why did I forget it? And how can I not remember this? So all I did is I went on Wikipedia right here, my best friend, and it says known in the modern terminology as issue preclusion. Oh my gosh, that's what professors have been using. Issue preclusion, claim preclusion. I know what that is. It's very simple. It just prevents a party from relitigating. That's all there is to it. Prevents a party from relitigating an issue. But it has some very strict elements. So I really suggest you stick with these rules. The first element, the issue which the preclusion is sought in the subsequent case, must be actually the same as the issue in the prior case. The second element, the issue must have been litigated in the prior case. The third element, the prior court must have actually decided the issue by final valid judgment on the merits. And then the fourth one, the decision on the issue must have affected the outcome of the case. And finally, the fifth one says the party opposing collateral estoppel must have been a party in the prior case or in privity with a party and have had a full and fair opportunity to litigate the issue. Full and fair opportunity to litigate the issue. Don't forget that. And then the next thing I would like to talk about is privity. Privity arises from a contractual relationship or a shared successive interest in property. The next thing is very important. You got to know the difference between a defensive and offensive collateral estoppel. I'm not going to get too much into that. Just look it up. And also, mutual and non-mutual collateral estoppel. It's very important. All I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what it is. So defensive collateral estoppel, the defendant seeks to rely on a prior finding to defeat the plaintiff's claim in a later case. So prior finding to defeat claim in a later case. And then the next thing is offensive collateral estoppel. The plaintiff seeks to rely on a prior finding to hold the defendant liable in a later case. That's how the offensive works. Mutual collateral estoppel, the parties asserting and opposing collateral estoppels are both parties to prior case. And finally, the non-mutual collateral estoppel, the party asserting collateral estoppel was not a party to the prior case. Very important. Now, I would like to talk about the distinctions between mutual and non-mutual collateral estoppel. So how this works, the courts can decline to apply non-mutual collateral estoppel if it would be unfair to the adverse party, even if the general requirement for collateral estoppel are satisfied. So the court has power over here. And also, there is another binding and inconsistent judgment on the underlying issue. So that's when the situation is unfair, when there is another binding and inconsistent judgment on the underlying issue. And then another situation where it would be unfair is the difference in the procedural rules between the prior and the subsequent case would affect the determination of the issue. And also another part that is also unfair is claims in the two cases are substantially unrelated and there are significant differences in the burden of proof, or there has been an intervening change in the law governing the issue. So you got to look at that. Finally, the courts will also almost always permit the use of defensive and non-mutual collateral estoppel if the basic elements of the collateral estoppel are satisfied, unless the opposing party can show unfairness. So remember that. And another distinction over here is that the federal courts will not permit offensive non-mutual collateral estoppel if the plaintiff in the later case could have joined in the prior case but chose instead to wait and see. So that's very important. If the plaintiff just chose to wait and see what the results would be, there's a distinction over there. Finally, I would like to close off by talking about, was there unfairness because that's something that the courts look at. Was there unfairness? So how they look at that is the prior court had a subject matter and personal jurisdiction. Another thing is time to appeal the judgment has passed, and also the worker was a party to the unemployment case. And finally, if there was a full and fair opportunity to litigate the issue. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You know, if you've had a full and fair opportunity to litigate an issue, that's fair right here. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I really hope you enjoy studying. Good luck.